Ekitongole kino kye bayita Uganda Muslim Supreme Council mu butuufu ddala ye gavumenti y'abasiraamu mu Uganda. Ng'eyagiteekawo nga bwe mumanyi teyali mulala, yali musajja mukulu ow'amagye omunene yafuga eggwanga lino, General Field Marshal President Idi Amin, Allah amusaasire. Bw'amala okugiteekawo, ekitongole kino kye mulaba kyasitula bangi nnyo, either kyamusomesa, kyamuwa omulimu n'ebifaana bwe bityo. Era bangi nnyo abayise wano, era Supreme Council bangi nnyo beekutteko mu ngeri ezitali zimu. Kaakati mu bantu beekutteko abangi abayiseko mu Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, twali tuli awo nga ndaba omukulu bamuyita Imam Kasozi. Idi Kasozi ng'agenda akola programu ku TV y'obusiraamu ng'akkatira Uganda Muslim Supreme Council n'agikuba n'agyogoloza. Kaakati bw'amala okugyogoloza ne tujja wano ne Seeka Imran ne Seeka Juma Bakiti Cuucu, Secretary of Education, ne twanukula ebigambo bya Imam Kasozi. Naye okwanukula ebigambo bya Imam Kasozi bimaze emyaka. Imam Kasozi yava mu Uganda Muslim Supreme Council mu 91 nga bwe mulaba fayiro zange zino zenkutte. Yava wano mu 91 mu Supreme Council n'agenda. Okuva bwe yagifuluma, nze ndi musomesa wa Luzungu na byafaayo, simanyi nnyo kubala. Okuva mu 91 n'okutuusa kati giri emyaka emeka oba? Giriyo emyaka emeka? Amanyi okubala amangu ya Arua. Kuva ku 91 paka kati. Wanyi? Myaka 3 mwegi. Okuva Imam we yava mu Supreme Council, yaggulawo olutalo ku bakulembeze ba Uganda Muslim Supreme Council n'ekitongole okutwalira wamu. Avumya Sopolimu n'agiwandikako amabaluwa n'ayogera buli kyonna kyayagala, nga wano mu butuufu teri amwanukula. Okuva 91 teri yamwanukula. Kati abasiraamu batandika okuwulira nga teri ayanukula Imam Kasozi okuva mu 91 nga teri amwanukula. Bambi batandika okutegeera nti Imam Kasozi buli kyonna ky'abayogedde ku bukulembeze bwa Uganda Muslim Supreme Council ne ku Supreme Council biba bituufu. Anti lwaki tebaanukula? Tewali amwanukudde emyaka 35. N'agaziwa, n'agejja, n'afuna amaanyi. Kati bwe yavuma ennyo, abasiraamu bamussamu nnyo obwesige, okukakkana n'ali obukulu awo nga bw'ayagala. Era okukakkana obukulu bwe yafuna babuyita mu Luzungu, ze nakitaddewo, bagiyita Chief Muslim Money Mobilizer and Collector. N'afuna ofiisi eyo etamanyikiddwa, bagiyita gwe kuŋŋaanya ssente. Ateekawo puroguramu n'akuŋŋaanya abasiraamu ssente. Kisooka teri yamulonda, teri agenda musaba accountability, teri yakuŋŋaanya. Lwaki? Supreme Council bo babbi, ye si mubbi, n'atandika kukuŋŋaanya. Kaakati bo bwe babeera mu Supreme Council, era ffe kye twali twogera ku masomero ga Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, ng'ekyapa kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Ekyennaku afayiro zonna bazitubbako nga bagenda, ne tusigala nga tetulina masomero. Bwana Cuucu bwe yajja n'atandika omuyigo gw'okunoonya amasomero, era Imam Kasozi yatukyalenjinze twogereyo amasomero. Kale ekitono nnyo buli district togereyo amasomero 5. Nze kantandike ne Kampala yokka tulina amasomero gano amatono, bansabye 5. Erisooka Kampala Primary School liri wano ku Kitebe wansi awo weeriri. Maganjo Yumeya ekyapa kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Natete Primary kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Natete Secondary School kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Mbuya Islamic kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Muslim Girls Busega kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Mariam High kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Ku masomero ago gonna gensomye tulinako amasomero ndowooza 2 ngasigadde bakatutwalako. Naye ng'ebyapa bisoma ki? Uganda Muslim Supreme Council betwogerako. Buli gw'olaba nga avuma ennyo mu futi ne Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, omanyanga manya nti kati ono ayina property ya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Kaakati mu bintu Imam Kasozi bwe yabeerera wano, yali chairman w'abavubuka abasiraamu. Kibiina ekyo bakitanga Uganda Muslim Youth Assembly, kyatandikibwawo 82. Era dokumenti zaabwe ziri wano. Kaakati constitution yaabwe yeeno bwe bali bakikola Imam kamujjukize bwe wafuukanga memba mu kiseera ekyo ng'osasula nusu bisatu gw'omuvubuka mu kiseera ekyo kyaba Imam Kasozi nga bakuwa certificate eno naye ng'esoma bweti Uganda Muslim Youth Assembly Mosque Branch Registration Certificate nga wano bakuterako hereby certify that ng'erinnya lyo baliteeka wano ettwale eryovaamu district y'obusiraamu mwova registered with Uganda Muslim Supreme Council certificate yino eyo njitadde wano constitution yaabwe ng'esoma bweti we the Uganda Muslim youth think progressively and determined to live, uphold, preserve and protect, whereas here us we Uganda Muslim youth as disastrous physically, intellectually to protect and preserve unity among the Muslims of Uganda under the umbrella of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. We do hereby resolve and solemnly to form a corporation for the cause of Islam and unity among the people of Uganda to be known as and called Uganda Muslim Youth Assembly. Imam ne bamulonda n'abeera chairman okuva 82 oba kati najjo emyaka emeka nange simanyi kubala bana emyaka emeka bataka kakati ekyo ne kigenda Supreme Council ne bawa ettaka batekeko ebitongole nena n'ebbaluwa yaabwe gye baawandika nga beebaza Supreme Council yabawa n'ekizimbe ku William Street nga basolooza ne bagulira n'ebintu ebiwerako bwe bagenda byonna bagenda nabyo era n'agamba Supreme Council tagibeerangamu era tagimanyi babbi nnyo kaakati yasemba ne mbagamba nti babaamulonda okubeera memba wa General Assembly ng'akiikirira Bushenyi era bw'atyo yakoma okubeera mu lukiiko olwa General Assembly ya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council mu Julayi ng'ennaku z'omwezi baasema okubeera mu lukiiko mu Julayi nga 15 Julayi wa 93 era Imam n'asayininga ng'aliwo mu meeting yali memba wa 34 signature yino wano era baavaayo abantu basatu ebushenyi yavaayo ne Haji Jamiru Ziyimba ne Sheikh Sulaiman Mugerwa yali district kadhi waabwe wa Bushenyi era lwe lukiiko yasembayo kubeera wano mu 93 mu Uganda Muslim Supreme Council tunoonya amasomero ga Uganda Muslim Supreme Council ng'ekyapa kisoma Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Supreme Council kiti buli abeerawo yabeera nanyini kyo bagita Uganda Muslim Supreme Council ye government ng'ojja ekiseera kyo bwe kituuka n'ojja n'oweereza kisanja kyo bwe kiggwako n'ogenda kati nze ndi mu office y'omwogezi ekisanja kyabwe kinaggwako nga nkwata byange nga ngenda nga balonda omulala kati n'olwekyo office za wano si za lubeerera ababadde abakulembeze ba Uganda Muslim Supreme Council tobala tutandika kale tutandika babala yali kifukaze yasooka bamuyita eddanga kifukaze yali Maulana Brazake Matovu ekisanja kye ne kiggwako n'agenda eyamuddira mu bigere nga bamuyita Sheikh Yusuf Sulaiman Matovu n'agenda ekisanja kye ne kiggwako n'agenda ne wajja Seeka Kasim omwagala w'abangi Sheikh Kasim Mulumba ekisanja kye ne kituuka n'agenda Sheikh Abdulbedi Kamulegeya najja n'akulembera ekisanja kye ne kigenda Sheikh Hussein Rajab Kakooza n'akulembera bw'atyo n'agenda Sheikh Saadi Ibrahim Luwemba bamuziikaawo naye ekisanja kye ne kiggwako n'agenda Sheikh Muhammad Semakula n'akulembera n'agenda kozi kati ani aliko wasoma nnyo kati yaliwo kiba kitegeeza ki naye ekisanja kye bwe kinaggwako ng'akola ki ng'agenda naye Imam Kasozi abadde chairman w'abavubuka okuva 98 kati abakulembeze bonna abayisawo bonna kati wano mu Uganda Muslim Supreme Council tewakyali muntu yatandika mu 72 n'oba omunoonya tomufuna taliwo wadde n'ogu Baseka Mbogo, Baseka Sesimba, Basekani, Seka Mukongo, Seka Zubairi Kayongo, Sekani bonna tewakyali abo bonna 89 tewakyali wadde n'ogu bonna kati abaliwo bantu bapya kakati ffe eno ebyo bayita gavumenti y'abasiraamu kati bassebo kati nekirala yatukyalengiriza Sseekakyuki bwe yali ayogera n'agamba mu bintu bya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council taata bitwa Supreme Council bye yakola ennyo yateekawo university gye bayita Islamic University in Uganda n'akyalengera n'agamba muleete document yonna eraga nti university eyo eyo kyamutabudde nnyo mugamba mutya nti university kati etteeka eriteekawo university liri baliyita Islamic University in Uganda Bill 1990 lyateekebwako omukono yali Minister Daniel Omar Atubo, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and Regional Affairs. Kakati mu bbago eryateekawo university olukiiko olufuga university eyo gye muwulira luteeka okubeerako abakiise 15 omu ku bo the chairman of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council or his representative ate kubeerako lubeerera kati ate etteeka ne ligamba bwe liba eggalawo ng'eva mu Uganda ebyayo byonna biteekwa okugenda mu Uganda Muslim Supreme Council anti Supreme Council yabawa garanti okujja okukola mu Uganda. Amin bw'asaba university eyo mu 1974 yagenda yali omukulembeze w'obusiraamu Sheikh Maulana Abdulrazak Matovu Pakistan ogenda okusaba university kati Amin bw'avaako mu myaka gy'ekinaana yali minisita ku mulembe gw'Obote tuba muyitanga Masete Kuya yali ava Mbaale n'agamba nange njagala university egende ewaffe Bugisu n'ateekamu amaanyi mangi ne bakkiriza bwe baatuuka e Bugisu ne bamugamba kati mugenda giteekawa ne batandika okunoonya abakulembeze b'abasiraamu e Bugisu nga kulemberwa yali district kazi bamuyitanga Sheikh Hussein Walukuli ne chairman w'obusiraamu district y'e Bugisu bamuyitanga Haji Hussein Mumeya oyo Haji Hussein Mumeya akyali mulamu Walukuli yafa ne deputy kati ne yali deputy kazi mu kiseera ekyo kati ye district kazi wa Bugisu bamuyita Sheikh Ahmad Masaba Pole akyali mulamu kati bwe babagamba mugende munoonye ekifo n'ateeka university ne batuukirira mu kiseera ekyo waliwo essomero lyali ddene nnyo mu tawuni awo e Bugisu mu tawuni balitanga Fairway Primary School ne balonda essomero eryo university bagiteekaawo administration y'essomero ne bagamba tetwagala ssomero wano kubeera wano kati Minister Masete Kuya n'agamba abasiraamu tubawadde chance kati mutuwe we tunaateeka university yammwe munoonye ettaka nga mmwe abakulembeze b'obusiraamu kati mu kiseera ekyo twalina kati university weeri twalina waliwo essomero lyaffe lya secondary school balitanga Nkoma SS ne basalawo mangu nnyo ne basayininga nti university egende abadde essomero lya secondary liveewo bateekewo university ne balagira Supreme Council ku kitebe basayininge eddiidi ekakasa nti bakkiriza university etandike ku ttaka ly'obusiraamu bagarantinge ng'awo Museveni we yatandikira ng'amaliriza omukulu n'akiwunzike abasajja abo ba Imam Kasozi mu bintu bye bavumye ennyo Uganda Muslim Supreme Council bagiwandiiseko ebipapula bingi ngenda kutandika basomera ku mpapula naye lumu edda bawandikayo akatabo k'amawulire bawandikayo ku Uganda Muslim Supreme Council ne bifuluma ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 Juni 1991 amawulire gaagano oba mwagalabako kati nze ndi research munaye ntereka ebintu kakati ku peegi ey'okuna bawandika nga Sekaluwemba afuuse mufuti wano bamuwandikako ne babitwala ebiwarabu ne bagamba bwe bati mu biwandiiko ne bagamba nti the drama of the ruling lies in the fact that Sheikh Luwemba does not qualify for the position of being the Mufti of Uganda, which requires a person for this office to have a degree in Sharia, and Luwemba does not have one. Ekyewuunyisa mu bintu kkooti bye yalagidde mbu okuwa Luwemba obwa mufuti Luwemba teyasoma ekisooka talina wadde ne diguli nga constitution ya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council bwegamba. Luwemba has a diploma in Dawa from one Libyan college. Luwemba ayinayo ka diploma yakajja mu college emu Libya. Further still, the deputy mufti Sheikh Muhammad Semakula does not have any qualification. Ate omumyuka wa Luwemba musajja mukulu Sheikh Muhammad Semakula ate talina wadde akapapula wadde n'akamu. Ne bagenda maaso. He attended classes in the home of the late Sheikh Lubowa who himself never went to any school. Sheikh Muhammad Semakula Deputy Mufti yagenda ku lubalaza lwa Sekumba mwitanga Muhammad Lubowa ate nga ne Lubowa yennyini teyasoma yasoma ku lubalaza kati gye yafubutuke mu ne bamuwa Deputy Mufti. Besides, Semakula is over 70 years, a circumstance that should prevent him from taking any office in UMSC. Ate ngo bitadde wabbali, Semakula kisajja kizeeyi ng'ate tekyasoma mu bakibwadde okubeera mu mmeka wa Mufuti, ekyo nga nakyo kimenya amateeka mu Supreme Council. Kanagamba kakati the court failed to understand that there are some Ugandans who hold degrees in Sharia but they qualify to become Mufti. Nakati koti yalemwa n'okutegeera waliwo n'abantu abalina ebiwandiiko biteekwa okulya obwa Mufuti be bano abateekwa okulya obwa Mufuti mu Uganda. Shaban Ramadhani mubajje mukyenda mugumu. Imam Kasozi agamba mu bantu abateekwa okulya obwa Mufuti mukyenda mugumu Shaban Ramadhani mubajje. Ati bw'atuuka nagamba ekyo ekisajja tekibeerangako Mufuti wange saagala na kukiwuliriza. Mukyenda mugumu abantu abateekwa okulya obwa Mufuti be bano Shaban Ramadhani mubajje, Swaibu Kigundu, all whom are above 40 years minimum required by the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Shaban Ramadhani mubajje, Swaibu Kigundu bayaluwa be balina ebisanyizo ebiri obwa Mufuti mukyenda mwogo mu 2026 oyo musajja tabangako Mufuti wange kubanga kooti yamulangirira dda nti mulimba kyekyaŋŋaana okumugoberera ne judgment gyabadde ayogererako gye bagambirako Mufuti yino ayagala osobola okunsabako kopi mu judgment ya Imam Kasozi gye yagambye nti kwe yatamirwako Mufuti okubanga kooti yamulangira okubeera omulimba naye n'amukyayirako bye bino. Kyo ate kooti omulamuzi n'agamba bw'ati ku peegi ey'okuna abantu be bawaabira bano wammanga Sheikh Shaban Ramadhani mubajje, Dr. Idris Serugo Kasenene ne Hassan Basajja balaba babawaabira lwaki lwa kukulupya n'okwagala okunyakula ebyobugagga bw'obusiraamu. Bwe batuuka mu maaso g'omulamuzi n'agamba bw'ati they accused opted to remain silence. Abawaabirwa bwe batuuka mu maaso gange baagaana okwogera baasirika busirisi. They offered no evidence at all in defense. Era baagaana n'okuwa obujulizi bwonna mu kooti tebaayogera. Imam Kasozi n'agamba omulamuzi n'agamba nti yalimba kati n'olwekyo n'amukyawa ekisajja ekyo bw'amukyawa n'olwekyo Supreme Council bw'amala okukyawa Mufuti kooti yamulangira okuba mulimba ate omulamuzi n'agamba teyayogera teyewako obujulizi yasirika busirisi bamuwa ne Qur'ani alayire n'asirika busirisi. Imaamu n'amukyawa kati bw'amala omukyawa nga Mufuti kakati ne Supreme Council n'agikyayirako n'ebintu byayo byonna n'abitwala n'agamba Supreme Council teyina masomero. It is your turn. Supreme Council doesn't have any schools. You can also tell them.
All protocol observed, not only here, the protocol including Imam Kasozi, his protocol, his level of education, his respect remains where it is. I have not come here to take away somebody's respect, but I've come here to give an answer to the questions that Imam Kasozi asked me. Imam Kasozi asked me 5 questions. He said, 1, if Uganda Muslim Supreme Council has schools, where are they? He again said, I don't know them. Please, can you mention district by district so that we know? That's the first question. The second question, he says, Sheikh Chuchu, stop lying to people that IUIU is a property of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. He again said that what I know, that what he knows as Imam Kasozi, IUIU was established by an act of parliament. So therefore, we should not do what? We should not tell lies. He called me Omulimba that I did what? I am a liar. But I have never called him a liar because lying is actually is an accusation. I didn't say he's a liar. For me, I said he has no information. So if you have no information, don't inform people until you are also informed. Now from today, I'm informing my brother, my elder brother, Imam Kasozi, so that he can inform people when he has what? Information. If he doesn't have information, don't inform people until you get what? Information. That's not an abuse. But if you say I'm a liar, that is an abuse. I request for apology. Number 3, he says that Sheikh Chuchu don't struggle with an individual. Me, I'm an individual. Yes, you are an individual. Only that we want to put you in your space. Be in your lane. Don't cross like this. If you are an individual, talk like an individual. Don't cross into things you don't know. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides us very well in the Quran. He says, A'udhu min ash-shaytanir rajim, وَلَا تَكْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ ilmu. Don't enter in things you have no knowledge about. So keep your lane. Be in your individuality. Don't involve yourself in matters of a big institution like Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. The other thing he talked about is that I am annoyed to him because he abused my boss. Because he doesn't call Mufti Mubaje as Mufti. That's why I'm annoyed. No, that one also I'm going to answer him, because Mubaje is a Mufti of Uganda, just like General Museveni is a president of Uganda. Whether you are in a position or you are not, he is the president of Uganda. That is a simple logic. The president of Uganda is Museveni. Even if you are Nupu, you are Jema, you are DP, UPC, but you know that President Museveni is the president of. Likewise, in Islam, it's like this. Mufti Mubaje is the Mufti of Uganda, whether you like it or not. So you don't say he's my Mufti. He's my Mufti because I'm a Ugandan. What about you? Because he's Mufti of Uganda and he's heading Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. And if Imam is a Ugandan, then this is his what? He's a Mufti. But let's go to the issue. One, about the schools. Last time we mentioned it very clear here. We said, before I came here, I came to 2015 as the Minister of Uganda of Education, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. But before me was Imam Kasozi. He was here. Was he not in the Committee of Education? He was in the Committee of Education. First of all, the problem with him is they had schools, and they know that these are schools of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. I mentioned the number of the schools here. I am requesting you, my elder brother, come back to Supreme Council and hand over these schools. Because you cannot leave where you were working without handing over. This is also theft. Hand over these schools because you know them. You have been in there. And when I'm going to leave also Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, I have to hand it over also to the. Now the schools were here. When you left, you went with all the schools, and you, in your mind, which means there are no schools again. Where were these schools that you were the secretary for? Where were they? Where are they now? When we are talking about schools of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, your mind should not come only to the time of Mufti Mubaje. No. No. We went to Kabukunge. We got there a stone by the then Chief Kadhi, who was that time who? Sheikh Kamlega. If Sheikh Kamlega can establish a school in Kabukunge in his position as a what? As a Chief Kadhi, that is Supreme Council. Number 2, the issue, he said that Uganda Muslim Supreme Council does not own IUIU, Islamic University in Uganda. This is also a lack of information. You see, if you study history written by wrong people, you will get a wrong history, you will get a wrong information. If you read a history written by the right people, then you will get the right what? Information. For example, In Uganda, we were confused before that Islam came to Uganda in 1844. That is a lie. Today, Professor Kasenene, his name's Professor Idris Serugo Kasenene has written a book, and he said Islam came to Uganda since 1823. It was in West Nile. This history, some people hid it. That's what I'm talking about. History can be written by the right people. History can be written by wrong people. That's why it is called history. His story. His story. That is his story. If he says Uganda Muslim Supreme Council does not own UMSC, rather IUIU, that is his story. It's not our story. But our story does not begin in 1990. If you want to know the real history of IUIU, you don't start from 1990. You start from 1974, when the president of Uganda, Idi Amin Dada, took with him the chief Kadhi of Uganda. That time he was Sheikh Maulana Abdurazaki Matov, and they went to Lahore. And that meeting in Lahore was the second conference, summit of what? Of OIC. Amin raised his hand up, and Amin asked that the university which is going to handle Francophone countries should be hosted in Uganda. That's Anglophone. It should be handled in Uganda. And they accepted. And that is how you think it dropped from heaven to the parliament? No. That's one thing you should know. When they accepted to bring this university here, Amin bought a very big chunk of land, I think around 5 miles of land in Arua, in a place called Vura. That was where the university should start. Then in 1979, Amin was overthrown. But still, it was not Amin's what? Amin's university, it was a university of Ugandans. Then in 1987, the politics of Uganda took now the position, rather it was geographically located, it was relocated to Mbale. When it reached Mbale, it sat on the land of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, which that was a secondary school called what? Nkoma. Ask things. Fas'alu ahla dhikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. Allah says, ask those who know. If you can't come to me, you go nearer to Professor Jagenda. He has those documents, he will tell you. Now, if this university is on the land of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, and you say, no, it is not now, whose land? On whose land? Is that land of, it is sitting on the land of Imam Kasozi, really? Whose land? That is the thing you have to know. And then the school started, the university started in 1988 with only 8 students, 80 students. It started before what? Before the Act of Parliament could come. The Act of Parliament came in 1990. It is here. 1990, later, when the university is already there. How can you now remove the story of Idi Amin? You don't want Amin to be mentioned. You now embark on the story of 1990. So these are the things that Ugandans, we must know. You see, when you are making a decision out of anger, you will make a wrong decision. He's an educated person. I'm told he's a lecturer in Makerere University. These are good for us as Muslims. It's a good position for us. But this position should not destroy the community of Islam by telling lies, by refuting things like that. Now, the act came in 1990. But what is inside the act? The act says there will be 15 members. And in the 15 members of the governing council, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council is a permanent member. Permanent. You can change others after some time. But Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, permanent. It is in the what? It is in the act. Why? If Uganda Muslim Council is not the owner, why like this? What is disturbing them is that it is a property of OIC. Property of OIC. They don't know one thing, that OIC is the donor. But the way, let me tell you something, Muslims who are listening to me. In Islam, there is a space for disagreement, but there is no space for division. These are things we have to be clear about. There is a space that I can disagree with my boss, but we have to agree to that disagreement. But there is no space of division. I think another way, you are thinking another way, we can disagree on this. It's okay. But we are not allowed to divide because of disagreement. That's why you see in that parliament of Uganda, there are many people who disagree with one another on ideas. There is NRM disagreeing with the NUP disagreeing with the UPC disagreeing with the JEMA disagreeing with the DP, but they never divide the parliament. The parliament remains the same. So why should we divide ourselves just because I do not agree with the Mufti Mubaje, therefore we have to divide? Allah says, wala tafarraku. This word la means that when you do what God says Allah, then it is haram. So we would have benefited a lot from Imam Kasozi, but because he thinks division is necessary, so even if he is moving here and Asuri go to him here, he will struggle to spray late, not in time, because he does not want to move. Look at this kind of thing. It is not right, Muslims. Let's disagree with him, but we should not divide Islam. Now, because of this division, we are getting a problem in education. Let me talk about education. I wrote a letter to protect Muslim property from being taken away. Others are already taken away. Arua Public was Arua Muslim School, Arua Public SS. Because it was not protected, they removed the word Muslim, the school remained Arua Public. Now it is not a Muslim, it is not in our hands. Soroti, SS, was a Muslim school, but because there was no identity, it goes away. There is a school there are many schools which are now lost. Now we have agreed in August 2024 in the State House, where all the faith-based organizations gathered, a meeting chaired by His Excellency the President, and we told the President about the issues of land titles of every school. For us, the Muslim what? Muslim Supreme Council and others, we said let the titles be given, but it should be in the names of the founding bodies. Now, if I say all schools should be written, the name should be written in Supreme Council, you think I've said it should be written in the name of Sheikh Ramadan Mubaje? No, Mubaje is a leader. Leaders come, leaders go, but the organization remains. Tomorrow, the son of Imam Kasozi, who is now studying somewhere perhaps, may also think of becoming the Mufti of Uganda. He will come and lead Islam in here. What will he say if it is his son who takes over? What is he going to say? Supreme Council is bad. Oh, he will now come nearer because it is his son. Supreme Council does not belong to anybody. You come, you go. Others will also come. They like him. He came and he has gone. Why does he destroy it because he has left? I don't think this is right, Muslims. Let us learn to be civilized people. Let's learn to be civilized. I want Imam Kasozi to get a leaf from Sheikh Yunus Kamoga. He was here with us when Mufti invited all the district Qadhis and the regional Qadhis here. And he was invited, he came. But what he spoke, Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Imam, he says he's the Amir Ummah. He said he's the Amir Ummah of the Jama'ati Tabligh wa Salafiyah. He has his headquarters in Nakasero. He has schools. He also has what? Mosques. But when it comes to issues of Islam in Uganda, for us we are under what? Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Did it hurt him? I think that is what we want. Because of division today in Islam, everybody wants to give fatwa. And they make mistakes in giving the fatwa. And the people who are our enemies, they use that mistake they do in order to attack Islam again. So, for that matter, I want Imam Kasozi to come home. This is home. You can go round, but eventually come home. Let's stay together. I know he has ideas about schools. Let's come and work together and make Islam grow. Let's fight for Islam. Let's not fight against one another. We shall destroy our Islam and we shall be answerable before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those are the areas I want to talk about. Wallahu alam.
Assalamu alaikum.